My name is Chuck Chan. I was born in Hong Kong, born and raised in Hong Kong, and I immigrated to the US when I was 16 years old. And I came back to China about 21 years ago. And I used to be a CPA working for an accounting firm in Century City in the entertainment management department. I used to work for movie stars like Sean Connery and Sidney Pollack. And the Lord called me all the way to China because He wanted me to testify the change of China. And then I went to seminary. After I passed my CPA exam, I went to seminary, Fuller Seminary, and I have a degree in Master of Divinity. Yeah, and I think the US and other Christian country has integrity, ethics built inside their business or profession. In some professional exam, you have to take an ethics test, like law exam or CPA exam. You have to take an ethics test. And in China, because it's an atheist country, there's no rule in the game because God is not watching over you. Who's watching? So there's no heaven, there's no hell. So they try to grab and gain everything, anyways, during their lifetime. That's the ethics. That's why there's a lot of corruption inside this kind of country. The Bible is talking about ethics is because God is your ruler and your life is committed to Him. So everything you do is being watched by God. So you have to work out ethics in your life in order to please Him. But in an atheist country, there's no watching. The watching is from the government or from your boss, but if they are corrupted. That's why I put integrity in my training, is to tell them how corruption is controlled in Hong Kong. There's a company called ICAC in Hong Kong, International Commission Against Corruption. It's set up by the British government before they left Hong Kong, and they clean up the whole police force, clean up all the corruption. Still working because they report directly to the top of the government. So China has this kind of anti-corruption agency, but they are corrupted also.
But how do you define integrity?
There's a thing called ISO 9000 or ISO 14000 is about the product quality. In other words, product integrity. And then there's a thing called SA 8000, social accountability. It's about how to be accountable to the government or to the buyer, that you don't hire prison employees, you don't hire underage employees, you have to pay them according to government pay rate. You don't exploit them.
And they're delivering a product.
Yeah, so this is the rule set by the buyers or by the community of businesses. So at least you have to buy that rule before you buy the kingdom rule. Right? So to stick to that accountability of the businesses or the buyer of these products, we have to teach them how to do ethics, because these factories will be audited by these companies, like Walmart, McDonald's,
to make sure they're getting the product they say they're giving.
Yeah. This is a chapter called Faces Behind the Label. It talks about ethics.
Okay.
Really.
All right. And I would say the last thing is specifically honesty. What does it say about honesty, and why you feel honesty is important?
In the business world, if you sign a contract, you don't adhere to the contract, and what kind of game you're playing. You're just playing cop and robbers. Yeah. So integrity is important in contract agreement, because you have to honor the contract, or honor the certain standard that is set by the government or the business world.
And honesty plays into that, because especially here, it's about saving face.
Honesty will keep your company image healthy, and people will continue to buy into your products or your services. If your honesty is being discredited, and such as you exploit employees and they got stressed out and they jump off the roof, they commit suicide, your product will go down the drain. Apple would not buy from Foxconn anymore because they'll buy less. Because they don't want Apple's name to be attached to that kind of company.